The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduate
By virtue of the powers vested in me as acting Vice-Chancellor, I constitute this gathering a congregation of the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you to join us in silent prayer or meditation to give thanks for the achievements being celebrated on this occasion. Thank you. Be seated. Gusile. Gusile is good morning. In my language, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to welcome you to this ceremony. I am Prof. Motsama Dikane. I'm the Vice Principal for Teaching and Learning, Community Engagement and Student Support. This morning, I'm Acting Vice-Chancellor presiding over this occasion. Please allow me to recognize members of the university community with me on stage. Executive management, a special welcome to Ms. Masalesa, who is representing the registrar. I wish to welcome representatives from the following colleges: the College of Law, the College of Economic and Management Sciences, the College of Education. I also wish to recognize the presence of spouses of the former students of the University of South Africa who are graduating today. I also want to recognize their partners, parents, and other relatives. It is our honor as a university to also recognize the presence of the supervisors. A special word of welcome goes to the students who are receiving their doctoral degrees today. And we are blessed to have the organist today. Otherwise, the walk-in would have been a nightmare. I wish to indicate, ladies and gentlemen, that in this particular session, we have 322 graduates who are receiving their degrees and diplomas. A special word of welcome to Prof. Dabane, who shall be presenting the Chancellor's address. Colleagues, as we all know, graduations are a moment of joy, a moment of thanksgiving, and a moment of appreciation for all the sacrifices that we all have made, both sides of the border, your side on my left and this side on my right. The support, the dedication that comes from both ends. I'm sure at some point you were wondering if you were not targeted to just turn it in, please turn it in. Oh, reference. And some of you may have had to deal with the proctoring tool. We are happy you've made it. We are truly delighted. It wasn't out of spite, it wasn't anything else but tough love to make you who you are today. Benjamin Franklin says that an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. So we are happy that we have invested in knowledge building together with you. It has been a twin journey, it has been symbiotic, but we've walked the journey together. I know that I'm consciously skipping another member of this journey, and that is the sponsor, whoever may have sponsored our endeavors. But most particularly, I'm aware that your countries, your respective governments have made it possible for this university to see you through your journey and to have us all sitting here and congratulating you. So today is about you. It is about the work that you have done, and it is about the celebration. I know it's quite early. You have not had your coffee, but let's try and smile and enjoy. It is good to give thanks. It is good to enjoy your moment. I'm reminded of a poem by someone who didn't want to reveal themselves. It's anonymous. The title, the author is anonymous because we don't know her. I'm sure it's a she. The title of the poem is "You Took the Time to Study." You took the time to study. You are graduating. This is great. The work you did was worth it. It is time to celebrate. Your degree is just the ticket. It's just the ticket for a future success. We are glad for you, and we wish you every happiness. And as a University of South Africa, we couldn't be prouder than we are for the work that you have done. Congratulations. Thank you. It is my joy to request Prof. Tabane to present the Chancellor's address. Over to you, Prof. Thank you.
I must say it's the first time I feel this tall, Madam Active Vice Chancellor. It's good to be tall, it's good to be tall. Madam Vice Chancellor, Professor Motsa Mdikane, Ms. Masalesa, on behalf of the Register, Dean Masachaba, school directors, Dean Mulaudzi, managers, academics, members of staff here at the headquarters, Unisa Mogolnek campus, distinguished guests, graduates, friends of the University of South Africa, the University of the Land, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. Usually it's reciprocated, or ATA, perhaps that will get you to respond. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, as we celebrated World Teachers' Day on the 5th of October, the World Mental Health Day was yesterday, the 10th of the 10th, 2024. The theme was mental health at work, which plays a pivotal role in ensuring the work environment we work in is conducive and focuses on mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and stress management. However, Professor Motsa, Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, child and adolescent mental health issues are very important in our country that has population mostly made up of young people. Not addressing it will be doing an injustice to the country. Learning disorders and other neurological disorders or neurodiversities like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder are some of the academic challenges that South African learners are grappling with. In South Africa, the prevalence of children with ADHD is 5.8, which translates to the ratio of 3 to 5. And ADHD in adults, while difficult to pin down, is said to be in similar range. Madam Acting Chancellor, that means someone, the third person sitting next to you has ADHD. ADHD, according to the DSM-5, is characterized by 3 presentations. The first, inattention. Here, people are unable to concentrate for long and appears to be absent-minded at times. Second is hyperactivity, impulsivity. That is overactiveness and having an urge to act without giving much thought to the response or action. Lastly, it is the combination of the two. Of course, challenge with ADHD is that it comorbidits with other neurological, behavioral, emotional, and psychological disorders, such as conduct disorder, autism, generalized anxiety disorder, depression, and so forth. Thus, early diagnosis and treatment is essential. The College of Education, through the establishment of the Center of Excellence and the UNESCO Chair on Inclusive Education in the Department of Inclusive Education, and the reconfiguration of the Masters in Psychology and Educational Psychology in the Department of Psychology of Education, is a response to attend to the health studies as a catalytic niche area of the University of South Africa. These programs and platforms in the College of Education will serve as welcomed station for screening children and communities in and around Unisa for various disabilities, including ADHD. Therefore, ensuring that Unisa plays a role in delivering person-centered care, which will translate in focused student support. Professor Motsa Madikani, most adult mental disorders start in childhood and adolescent stages. Therefore, we need to address them at this stage. So addressing them is important in preventing serious adult mental disorders. People suffering from ADHD cannot sit for long, as indicated, and are always on the go. They act without thinking. Through their actions, they are quick to respond. Thus, children and adults with this neurological disorder unfortunately go on with their lives, and most do not receive much needed attention. One cannot understand, but only wonder when reading or listening to news, the characteristics of protests, for instance, that get downright violent and evil. According to meta-analysis study established in the psychological medicine aimed to determine the prevalence of ADHD in incarcerated population, found that overall, the observed ADHD prevalence in prisons population in all 42 studies was 21.3, with a total number that was researched of around 26,000. Using diagnostic interview data, the estimated prevalence was 25.5, and there were no significant difference for gender and age. In South Africa, the prevalence of ADHD in prisons is not determined. This can be because there is serious backlog in the criminal system to afford the incarcerated population a basic mental human right of being screened and interviewed before being sentenced for serious crimes. This is despite that Children Act, Mental Health Act in South Africa require and affords for the basic human right. Acting Vice Chancellor, once more, I'm not searching for excuses. I'm mindful that excessive focus on ADHD may lead to misattribution of problematic behaviors. Most individuals with ADHD do not offend. In those that do, a very high proportion have comorbid mental disorders. A meta-analysis demonstrated that in adult prisoners with ADHD, substance misuse disorders were comorbid in 74% of cases. Thus, early identification of neurodevelopmental disorders and other mental health conditions is key. The challenge, Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, is manpower. There are not enough psychologists in South Africa. This profession is unfortunately seen as elitist profession. In South Africa, there are less than 10,000 registered mental health practitioners with the Health Profession Council of South Africa, with a population of more than 60 million. That means 1:6 psychologists, and mostly are concentrated here in Gauteng. Thus, the promulgation of the National Health Insurance, the NHI, is a transformative agenda for ensuring access to mental health. As we celebrate 30 years of democracy, that is worth celebrating. It is important to note that mental health is indeed a human right. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, it is indeed with great pleasure that I have been given this opportunity to address the graduate. We are here to celebrate your great fruits of perseverance, commitment, self-discipline, excellence, and hard work. To you, you should sincerely recognize and give thanks to your parents, your guardians, families, and benefactors, all of whom have generously contributed to you receiving your accolades today. Graduates, as you enter the labor market, take care of your mental health. Always strive to be positive, influence, and answerable citizen despite the adversity. We are graduating you today, graduates, to be part of the intelligent force, to contribute to seeking solutions for our country, and not to become part of the problem. Become vigilant and responsible citizens. Like what Winnie Mandela once said, look closer to the process as they unfold. Be prepared to stand up and fight when our country is not pulling in the correct direction. Learn to smile, learn to laugh at your mistakes. Do not lean on your mistakes. Learn to appreciate the lessons from those mistakes. Do not give up. Do not be discouraged. Never hold back. Do not quit. When you fall, make sure you do not fall back, but you fall because it is the right thing to do. Switch on your headlights when it rains because it is the right thing to do. Do not park on the disability parking because it is the right thing to do. Always protect your integrity. Take time to show gratitude. It does not take anything from you. Remember, you were not voted to get that degree. You owe no one. So, do not sell your hard-worked hours for few rands through entrepreneuring or any other schemes for that matter. No shortcuts. Know your net value Believe in your own dignity. Never allow anyone to make you feel you are a nobody. In life, you will meet people who will tell you to tone it down. You are too noisy, you are too visible, you are too bright. Do not allow people to dim your light. May I suggest that you always make sure that you carry a pair of additional shades or sunglasses. When they say that you are too bright, give it to them.
Thank you very much, Prof. Tabani. Because it shows you're a teacher. Yes, and you've taken us through a lesson this morning that hashtag children's mental health matters. We heard you, and we heard that we need to train more health professionals because the statistics is against us. Thank you very much, Prof, for that. We appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start with the conferment of the degrees and diplomas, may I kindly request you not to leave the hall before the end of the ceremony. I'm tempted to ask if there are still any graduates who are standing outside, if we could just try bring them in. Let's give it about 3 minutes or so that we can all participate in the ceremony. Thanks. I think we can proceed, ladies and gentlemen. Just settle down. May I thus request that as we start with the conferment of the degrees and diplomas, please do not leave the hall before the end of the ceremony. And if you've got your mobile phone on loud, may I request that you put it on silent mode so that we respect the proceedings of this occasion. By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I confer the degrees and diplomas of the University of South Africa on the candidates whose names appear in the program.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Martha Magwa for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. It is now my privilege to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree. In her thesis entitled Perceptions of Students and Lecturers Regarding the Infusion of Inclusive Education in Pre-Service Education Teacher Education Programs at a teacher college in Zimbabwe, she uses mixed methods research to investigate the perceptions of lecturers and students on the infusion of inclusive education. She established that the infusion of inclusive education was hampered by an array of challenges which were attributed mainly to lecturers' insufficient knowledge and the inadequate preparation of pre-service teachers. It also emerged from the study that there was poor implementation of inclusive education policies which negatively impacted on the infusion of inclusive education in teacher education programs. The study proposed strategies to assist teachers' colleges in the infusion of inclusive education in teacher education programs in Zimbabwe. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Martha Magwa the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Martha Magwa.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Philomena Sokolutle Makura for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request her supervisor, Professor S.T. Mampani, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, Philomena Sokolutle Makura is a staff member in the College of Education.
In her thesis titled Practitioners' Understanding of the Use of Mother Tongue in Multi-Ethnic 0 to 4 Early Childhood Development Centers, she investigated the comprehension of mother tongue usage by practitioners working in multi-ethnic ECD centers within the study area. She produced a methodology that offers a thorough strategy for practitioners to use mother tongue in multi-ethnic ECD centers, guaranteeing that children get the cognitive, emotional, and linguistic advantages of learning in their mother tongue. She enhances the existing knowledge in mother tongue education by promoting the use of teaching approaches that are more culturally sensitive and linguistically diversified.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Philomena Sokuluhle Makura the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Philomena Sokuluhle Makura. Congratulations, sis.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Master of Commerce. Rachel Christine Dipenar obtains the degree with distinction. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, Mehela Giveness Kumbi is our staff member. Another one, Madam Vice-Chancellor, Pumeza Saliwe is our staff member as well.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Master of Laws. Metro Biola Kabedi. Lydia Siane Sukwang. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, Khashane Thabo Raymond Khomo receives the degree of Master of Arts.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honours. Mariska Khan. Amos Malumani. Tatenda Loveness Mapila. Dion Mini. Kgothatso ke ba reng Patricia Mogatlane. Mapiello Sibabatso Mutsitsi. Charlene Monique Stoffels.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidate received the degree of Bachelor of Education. Kabelo Precious Ramabupa. Nombulelo Zandri Taliwe.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Chilizi Agnes Nzunga receives the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. The degree was obtained with distinction. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Silindile Shalin Zama. Anita Anthony. Mukibelo Martha Apani. Bongo Mfuneko Bai. Unati Baliso. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, I have a husband and wife here. Anandi Bester. And Vernon Bester. Wayne Simon Bretz. Tasha Fernandez de Freitas. Relabuhile Dlamini. Divan Ehrenrich. Johannes Hermanas Fori. Melissa Michelle Graff. Rian Francois Herbst. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Graham Ethel Heineke receives the degree with distinction. Sibusiso Tlhakanyana. Sikhanyisiwe Hlambelo. Lindokuhle Malefo Immaculate Ingwani. Yannick Jacobs. Shimbarashe Garnet Jambaya. Tifelo Nimrod Khadima. Cheryl Nombulelo Konela. Said Anas Lambert. Ernst Leonard. Shah Shabili Shaba. Nikita Linnington. Raisibe Cecilia Mabukela. Refilwe Maisela. Mududuze Nicholas Matlaba. Rulani Refilwe Makamu. Apiwe Makamba. Hendrik Frederick Murray. Tabiso Elizabeth Marapiani. Olga Machachi Matibela. Say Madzawiza. Lungile Vuyisile Promise Mazibuko. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Lesero Millicent Mkini obtains the degree with distinction. Nomkosi Fortunate Mkize. Zintle Mkhonza. Johannes Pudwana Mudise. Davis Mulibe Mukhabudi. Lizzie Matuma Muloto. Unkgopotse Sultana Motau. Nana Jacqueline Mtimkulu. Keketso Portia Mtombeni. Diane Alija Ngalu. Siyamthanda Nhlapo. Mante Morao Nkadimeng. Nonjabulo Nontutuko Nkosi. Ines D'Souza Nobre. Tumelo Chantel Nyalunga. Maruma Ancient Nyalungu. Cynthia Mazuita Pirikisi. Shudufadzo Ramutanda. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Staki Tebogo Edward Ranyani obtains the degree with distinction. Tashil Ratan. Lee Sadi. Muluko Rose Siakamela. Koketso Johanna Siefani. Jackie Sielani. Makwena Patricia Silolo. Maluse Elias Sema. Belo Semu. Nontokozo Sibanda. Nontokozo Mbali Petunia Sishange. Lebohang Frederick Skebeza. Sibusiso Selby Smith. Is it Tash? Letitia Tashe Somaru. Miguel Ray Tabak. Rula Ramasela Tupai. Anika Fenicia Chabalala. Luyanda Lawrence Chaka. Good Ladies Baloi. Jacobus Oosterwald van Niekerk.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present the following candidates to you for the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Kamogelo Innocent Balazi, sorry. Busisiwe Comfort Baloi. Nina Behari. Picture. Photo. Innocentia Anele Buddha. Faithful Chifamba. Colette Klassen. Nadia Kraus. Madam Vice Chancellor, the degree is obtained with distinction. Lesego Ditshego. Lungelo Mlungisi Dlamini. Melinda Jeshe. Amarachi Hope Eke. Rofiwa Hope Fedzisani. Michael Haiji. Daniel Hayward. Tabo Ernest Hlapani. Risuna Shamaine Hlungwani. Dani Claudia Kahelhofer. Adam Tabang Kekana. Bruce Zweli Kumalo. Katleho Jubilant Kope. Lungile Kumalo. Thank you. Picture. Butinki Jan Kutumela. Ikhomotseng legwate, sorry. Picture that. Jade Lipschitz. Namusa Mabasa. Helen Sibongile Mahlangu. Mikateko Mahori. Thanks. Matapelo Francina Makhoka. Lindiwe Felicity Makubela. Makubele. Dakaro appreciate Malandula. Dakaro. Sipepelo Talente Malinga. Thathizwe Aziza Maluleka. Picture. Yes. Picture. Pretty Ntombi Makula. Nonhlanhla Teresa Maluleke. Zacchaeus Sibusiso Manyisa. Kiabetswe Precious Mashaba. Kilebogile Charlotte Mashaba. Tlou Eunice Masipa. Solofelo Masweu. Masam. Juliet Masam. Nkosimpile Christopher Masuku. Judith Tsitsi Camilla Matenga. Mokhau Advice Matibela. Barbara Lillian Mbata. Thandeka Phusha Mbono. Lerato Enika Mdebele. Kensani Fezega Pamela Mdladlamba. Zama Ntua Mkwanazi. Paulina Mlilo. Tumelo Abraham Moabi. Buipelo Moloitsi Rorisang Mogari. Tisetso Mokgweng. Ntabiseng Kate Mokhala. Ntabiseng Mokwena. Tsegofatso Pearl Johanna Mokwena. Tsietsi George Mokwena. Letlogonolo Mokolobotlo. Pusela Mangwana Mukumo. Ashley Nokolo Kamogelo Molai. Wendy Molawa. Offense Lisbeth Molukwani. Lerato Charity Moluku. Samuel Siwe Mopaleng. Hlonipho Tebogo Mosuka. Palesa Mutaun. Nomtandazo Moyana. Celestino Shava Mude. Ratidzai Muzenda. Nithi Zamangwe Ndiweni. Thank you. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Leslie Nhlanhla Ndlovu receives the degree with distinction. Sakile Agrippa Wesley Nhleko. Thando Kopano Nkosi. Thank you. Ruranzu Harriet Nkuna. Did you take picture? Lerato Nkwana. Shangiwe nomthandazo Nyundu. Kakali Jacqueline Picheng. Sepang Catherine Pitsi. Tabang Motlatso Ramabuya. Thomas Rapukwani. Malishwani Ellen Silauchwe. Silauchwe. Nakubonga Samgelsiwe Shobede. Busisiwe Brenda Zamile Sithole. Tebogo Andres Sithole. Tabsile Sithole. Comfort Noticia Sowani. Umpimetsi Thuso Tabani. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Marubini Daik Tanwana obtains the degree with distinction. Sharo Punzile Tolo. Happiness Tungo. Busisiwe Judy Tonjeni. Chirizi Abel Chimange. Mashudu Merlin Chirado. Oh, okay, I see now. Bonolo Khosi Itzile, Aloysius Tsimanyane. Nakolo Avela Chilani. Simone Anne van Niekerk. Chantal van Tonder. Elaine Zinyemba. Zandile Zukuzela. Owami Kolile Zungu. Sangwai. Beverly Eni Masiho Zwani. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree Bachelor of Arts. Ntabiseng Sirufe Ditshego. Mohammed Zaid Yadin. Ntabeleng Rose Kotle. Bongiwe Mabasa. Ashley Mabuzela. Emily Mpulwana Malahlela. Sinovuyo Mayeye. Novelo Mia. Samgelsiwe Mkovana. Mama Sekhare Selma Muhlala. Lawrence Mokhobu. Uamogetswe Mokonyane. Victor Madikana Mudaudzi. Ntabiseng Morerwa. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Ene Mune Munjalele obtains the degree with distinction. Pilani Vincent Mzimela. Nkosnati Witness Nkosi. Randani Rodney Pizzaulima. Dimpo Ramping. Estienne Willem Rousseau. Asixolise Sigweza. Ayanda Josephine Tamana. Nkateko Constance Zita. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Tebogo Gift Khadebe. Simpiwe Saki Ngada.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Lirato Mamrena Confidence Gwala. Sorry. Millicent Madikwe Muswane.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree in the College of Law. Did I say the degree? Diploma. Apologies, Madam Acting Vice Chancellor. The following candidates receive the diploma in the College of Law. On their Annex Davana. Togo Diale. Lichani Zivuo. Nankakyambo Messi Gagai. Katlego Visi Khapane. Lungelo Slindoguhle Kubeka. Lindiwe Sara Kumalo. Kiabetwi Yulaine Lesu. CD Michael Litongani. Madimecha Solomon Mabie. Mamika Umpimetsi Madikela. Maruane Penchu Magabocha. Kamogelo Magane. Chislav Mahumani. Christina Matapelo Makena. Katuchero Makado. Minki Faith Masango. Mpho Makua. Ngobile Caroline Masombuka. Juliet Mpho Matlala. Sobuza Phineas Mboweni. Lebo Mhlanga. Arnold Nhlanhla Mkhonza. Pulani Moholola. Lebogang Precious Ngwenya. Mokone Lebogang Nkadimeng. Proceed Motsamai Pahlani. Rudinesia Rochelle Letutula Phillips. Bessie Yvonne Pinar. Vanessa Kiamogetswe Pole. Marara Rejoice Rakau. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Mahlatsi Sekaulelo receives the diploma with distinction. Kosi Shabangu. Mapule Sitole.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Munye Salamina Kuluwe. Josephine Sipati Hlavi. Ruth Dipuo Kuno. Kuliso Slinai Lifuku. Sleni Sifuku. Kalonji Fiston Lukuga. Nswari Felicia Mabena. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Madam Acting Vice Chancellor Sipokazi Nicole Makatla received the diploma with distinction. Viki Mahlangu. Katleko Makudu. Mawatu Malapela. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Tato Violet Maluleka receives the diploma with distinction. Kolelo Mashego. Tawo Ephraim Kole. Wukudo Matika. Andile Gladwin Mkengele. Inolofatsing Offense Mulukwane. Gaukelo Mutapo. Kitumeti Puti Mpela. You're a strong man. Mduduzi Dangeni Mchali. Mzwandile Andres Muyeni. Achikiri Nkwane. Fumani Yvonne Nkuna. Pearl Woikanyo Ntlola. Laiza Ramano. Mubumbwa Rambofeni. Duduetsang Maseko Sirapilo. Mhletelo Passionate Siwea. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, good things come to those who wait. Bianca van Skalvik.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Njabulo Mhlanga receives the diploma in the College of Law. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following two candidates receives the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Busang Innocent Miyase. Melusi Meja Mazibuko.
And the Zulu one? The Zulu one. And the Zulu one. Ela yasiZulu. Can you stand as you are doing that and wave your certificates? Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Tomorrow we shall do the Afrikaans one. My reason for this parade of languages is that the University of South Africa has a multilingual policy. It supports, develops, teaches 12 official languages of the Republic as enshrined in the Constitution. I sound like a lawyer. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you can see our anxiety to affirm you, even so, Prof. Matlobokwane, really upgrading our diploma recipients to a degree of law. It's an invitation. Prof is not in error. He is motioning the fact that the certificate, be it at master's level or is a firm foundation. It is the original, the real Makoya. It is not fake. It is embossed on the paper that you see in your hand, and it cannot be copied by anybody. I am saying that all the certificates that we issue in this university are stronger than legit. This is why we are in over 130 countries across the world. And we are very happy to have partnered with you on this journey. I know I'm also inviting the former students of the University of South Africa to fill this chair. I'm inviting all of you, and I know you agree with me, to all of you who received their diplomas, degrees this morning. Welcome aboard to the community of scholars. Yes. The University of South Africa takes great pride in contributing to the national development plan that we have as a country. We contribute to the much needed human resource, but this is not only for the NDP. It is for the region, the SADC region. It is for the continent. Our Agenda 2063 demands that we educate our people so that we are skilled, so that we participate in the world knowledge, the world economy with knowledge. And as we participate in that space, we are not going to come as a copycat of any other, but we shall be our original selves, depending on what we have within the spaces that we occupy. As we allow you then, dear graduates, to go out of this great hall named after Z.K. Matthews, We are very proud of you. We are very confident that you, as self-starters and self-propellers, will be able to hold fort in the world of space, in the world of work, or wherever you shall be positioned. Because we know that in you is a rare cadre, someone who doesn't need to be followed up, someone who will not be embroiled in corruption, who will not be tempted to bully other people, who will not segregate, who will understand that if your head of your division or your CEO is a woman, it doesn't mean anything, because that office must be respected, irrespective of who occupies it. We know this because, ladies and gentlemen, as an African people, for example, we have queens, we have queen mothers. We don't query. We do the work. So we know that you will be able to carry out your duties irrespective of who occupies the seat above you. Before I end, I want to share, as usual, as per my culture, personal culture, I want to share some few words of wisdom taken from a variety of nobles from the 17th century. There was a poet by the name of John Milton. John Milton, an English poet, once told us that they also serve who stand and wait. This is a very important line for me personally, but I also want to share it with you, that in any community, there are people who will be busy with this and the other, and you might find yourself standing, holding fort, filling a particular gap. If we remove you, the whole structure can fall. Please remember, they also serve who stand and wait. Another, I'm sorry, there's an echo, I don't know whether it's. Another note comes from Thomas Hardy, just 2 centuries after John Milton, also from England. Thomas Hardy was a novelist. In one of his novels, The Mayor of Casterbridge, you can go and read now, you don't have exams. The Mayor of Casterbridge, there is a line that has captured my mind for many years. He says, you must note well all those people that you meet on your way up, because you shall surely meet them on your way down. And finally, I want to share something from our own history in Southern Africa, from the experience of King Shaka. When I look at his last days, trying to study what brought down such a giant in the way that he was, killed, I realized that Shaka had just come from a war southern towards Xhosa land. And no sooner had the warriors come back, did he then dispatch them to follow up on Usoshangane so that he could bring back the cattle that he had taken. The warriors were tired. The spears were still wet with blood, but he was insistent, please go, follow him up. I'm sure you know that Soshangane was the brother of Zwide. I'm sure you know that both of them were the children of Ulanga. Everyone was making a nation, and King Shaka did not obey the convention that after a long struggle, you need to take time to rest. Dispatched the warriors, and they were brutally defeated. Many died. While the warriors were out, there was no one to defend him at home, and his half-brothers killed him. After an arduous task, take time to rest. Remember, you need you. So from these histories of great nobles in our own lives, we take some wisdom. If you're standing with a purpose. As you walk, don't think that everyone is a non-entity. You can step over them. You shall surely meet them on your way down, and they may not catch you as you fall. With these words, I wish to say on behalf of Council of the University of South Africa, on behalf of the Vice-Chancellor, Prof. Puleng Lenkabula, and all the staff members of the university, thank you for choosing us. Thank you for taking the journey with us. Thank you for graduating. We are happy. Be blessed. Enjoy your journey hereafter. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, now that you have graduated, you have become part of the Unisa alumni. You are now part of the illustrious circle of excellence. Your responsibility is to contribute, help define tomorrow. There are many things that you can do to help shape the future in the service of humanity. You can become an e-tutor, which means you can tutor wherever you are online. You can continue your lifelong journey with our College of Graduate Studies as you pursue the next degree. Whichever direction you want to go, we have the College of Graduate Studies. And lastly, we know that many of our students don't quite have enough financial resources to proceed with their studies. We request that you kindly donate to the University of South Africa Bursary Fund by using the online platform www.unisa.ac.za and go to the donate button. It won't go to Professor Mota, this money. I wish it could, but it won't. It's not going to anyone, but it is going to assist our students who are really struggling with financial means. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The ceremony has come to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, after this announcement, I would like you to rise for the singing of the national anthem, the words of which are to be found on page 17 of the program. I request you remain standing after the anthem to enable me to dissolve this congregation. You are also requested to remain standing while the academic procession leaves the hall. By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I dissolve this congregation of the University of South Africa.